The term intellectual masturbation has yet to find its way into a formal dictionary. But in a time where there is no limit to the information we can consume and interpret, it is an important concept to understand. If you look up the definition on Google, Urban Dictionary defines it as fascinating intellectual breakthroughs regarding reality, language, existence, knowledge, perception, or human behavior, which are, and this is the important part, utterly without use and therefore of no real consequence to anyone. Now, the only thing about this definition is that it can sometimes be very challenging to draw the line between what is useful and what is useless, especially when it comes to conversation. So let's go into the idea a bit further. The concept of intellectual masturbation is not new, despite its modern, flashy name. The German writer Johann Goethe said, "I hate everything that merely instructs me without augmenting or directly invigorating my activities." This was later referenced by Nietzsche in his essay on the use and abuse of history for life, to reinforce his opinion that if you are learning something, or especially teaching something, then it should be for a purpose. Purpose, however, is again another very gray area. Who can define what is purposeful and what is not? This is a common argument against philosophical works in general. People can often have a challenging time seeing the consequence of the bold and abstract claims philosophers are known for. I cannot draw an absolute line myself, and it seems like that cannot be done for sure by anyone. But it is certainly possible to weed out a lot of the bulk on the bottom. A common example of intellectual masturbation can be found in excess, at least in my experience, in the classroom. You may know the experience. A student may either ask or answer a question by starting a rant about a remotely related topic, referencing information that is probably unfamiliar to anyone else, so that they may assert their own complex understanding of the topic in question. A more harmless example of intellectual masturbation would be the discussion about the deep inner workings of, let's say, a fantasy world or science fiction concept. There's no doubt that it can be enjoyable to dig through analysis about your favorite character, or make predictions about the Game of Thrones, for example, but it is evident that that information is of zero consequence to our objective world. I don't know about you, but I can tell when I'm engaged in a session of intellectual masturbation. And from an emotional standpoint, it quickly starts to feel arid and empty. As I mentioned before, there is no way to know exactly whether or not something will be of consequence. But it can be very helpful to just ask yourself why. Why am I saying what I am saying? Why does it matter? What does it mean to others? And what does it mean to myself? If you are at all like me, those questions can, at the very least, prevent you from continuing most of your intellectual masturbation. Our ability to understand and learn from information is the great power of human beings, and so, if I could recommend anything, it would be to seek out information that you can feel emotionally is of substance and especially of consequence to you and to those around you.